Good evening. Welcome to Masters Management Thoughts. Today is December 23rd, 2024. I'm Merrick Masters, Professor of Business Emeritus, commentator, and podcaster. You can find me at my email address and YouTube channel. I'm starting a podcast tonight on management thoughts. I'm presenting items in the news which pique interest about how we can improve our efficiency in management. I've been a university administrator and a business consultant for a number of years, and I've seen a lot of inefficiency in management in terms of how we invest our time. I think it could be better invested. And I came across an article today about a CEO at BAYER who has made a decision to substantially reform and reduce the amount of time that is spent in budgeting. It states, among other things, that a month after becoming its CEO in June 2023, Anderson replaced annual budget discussions with 90-day cycles. Anderson said that instead of spending 5 months setting targets and forecasting, squads come together every 90 days to discuss whether the company achieved its goals, how it used resources, and what it needs to focus on next. I think that approach has some merit to it. Not that you can do away with budgeting altogether, but an inordinate amount of time can be spent on budgeting and other functions. While I was a university administrator at 2 universities in various capacities, I wasted an enormous amount of time in budget meetings, performance appraisals, and compliance with accreditation and other regulatory mandates. I'm not saying budgeting and performance appraisal and compliance don't deserve attention. They do, where appropriate and meaningful. But too often an inordinate amount of time is spent on these functions for no value added. Self-appointed accreditation bodies bury university programs and universities and units in compliance with regulations that seem but nothing but make-work regulations. Administrators and managers devote enormous hours to performance appraisals, and I say this particularly about universities, that focus on precise measurement, but measure the wrong things. Administrators go through repetitive cost reduction exercises that do nothing but make employees anxious and demoralized. I pose this thought: organizations really need to rethink how they invest time and effort. When I see corporations saying that they're instituting buyouts of employees and that they're also downsizing their white-collar staffs in particular, they often say it's to promote efficiency. That means they are too layered and have too much time being wasted on things that aren't accomplishing anything. And I think that if they thought about how they could use their time more wisely and effectively, and that adds more value to the company, they would be far better off. I'd be interested in your thoughts on this, and we'll share additional thoughts on management in the days ahead. Thank you, and have a good evening.